Hey everyone, my name is Lysia Salazar. I am a former poet on the ABQ Unidos 2019 team as well as the 2019 Lobo Slam Team. Jessica asked me to record a video and recite one of my poems as well as give you guys a prompt. So, the poem that I'm going to be reading for you guys today is actually modeled off a poem from the book Tragic Bitches, which is a collection of queer Chicano and Chicana poems written by Adelina Anthony, Dino Fox, and Lorenzo Herrera y Lozano. So, I actually wrote this poem when I was taking Jessica's Borderline Poetics class, and I decided to read it for you guys just because I feel like right now during quarantine, I've really been trying to think of the things that used to be. And one of those things is growing up and just things from my childhood. So the poem that I modeled it off of is called Hairspray and Fideo. And I actually changed mine to Fabulosa and Tortillas. So it really brings me back to when I was a child and just growing up and really every Saturday morning cleaning, waking up cleaning, like getting the fresh made tortillas from my grandma. And so right now I've really been missing that, especially because we can't really this was something that like my whole family would do and right now we can't really do that. Um so that's why I wanted to read it for you guys just because I am missing what life used to be like. And I mean, all we can really do is go on from here, but I I really do miss my childhood. Especially, yeah. I don't know. I really do. But here is the poem. Fabulosa and Tortillas. Growing up, the only scent I held dear than Abuela's homemade tortillas was the smell of Fabuloso. The kind of smell that lingered long enough to smell throughout the week, especially when you first walked into the casa. Those were the days when Abuela would warn me about the borracho neighbors that always tried hitting on my mom. And when I'd mention what they say to Mama, she'd say, Tu mamá es preciosa, they will never get with her. Back then, Abuela would spend hours talking to Tio Manuel from Chihuahua about all the primos getting in trouble with the cartels, and about how Tia Shela had broken 3 pairs of tacones from throwing them at her hijos, and making them buy her new ones since they were the reason why she threw them in the first place. Yeah, those were the days, when my cousin Nini would complain about having to clean while I poured half the bottle of Fabuloso into the bathtub. Because I always thought the more the better, right? Just like the amount of butter I would put on the fresh tortillas we were rewarded with after we were done cleaning, but still hearing Abuela say, Nadie me ayuda en la casa. That was before we had to grow up and actually having to clean, because we can't always depend on abuelas to clean up after ourselves. Our pain in the ass primos were doing more than we thought. They were stealing from the vecinos and lying to their padrinos. This is why they could never come to visit. I never knew why until I got older, when I learned they were either locked up or running away from the cartels. It was then when I realized it wasn't going to be easy for any of us. Maybe my tios in prison had a point. Maybe things aren't easy for us. Maybe that's why some of the teachers and students I went to school with treated me like shit because I didn't belong there. Or did I? But the years have passed. Some primos stayed locked up, some primos ran away, some primos never made it back. Primos finally came home from prison. And I became my inner Selena, that beady bomb-bombed all around the house, and that bottle of Fabuloso has much better healing powers than Pine Sol ever will. So, like I said, I wrote that in Jessica's Borderlands Poetics class because she gave us a prompt, and now it's my turn to give you guys a prompt. So, instead of necessarily giving an exact prompt, I really want to just challenge you guys to dig deep and think of the things that made your childhood specific to you. Given there are going to be things that we shared with our culture, but really try to figure out or really try to pinpoint items that are really nostalgic for you and that really make up your childhood. Obviously, my two were Fabuloso and Tortillas. So, for example, maybe if you had a specific doll or if you had a pair of shoes. So definitely just try to do that. So that's my challenge to you is for you to write a poem based on something from your childhood, based on two items from your childhood that really shaped it and that really just brings you back to that nostalgic feeling of what it's like growing up. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed my poem, and good luck. Stay happy, stay healthy during this quarantine, and much love.